August 23rd, 1971. Odessa children were getting ready to return to school, but in one small home on Snyder Street. A mother's routine trip to the store turned into the beginning of a nightmare. Johnye Janell Henderson was just 11 years old. She shared a room with her 10-year-old brother in a small home at 906 Snyder. That morning, her mother, Doris Lucille Henderson, left to grab groceries. When she came back, John was gone.
Johnye Henderson went missing on August 23rd of 1971. She was an 11-year-old little girl. Her mother had reported her missing from her residence, and her body was discovered in a vacant lot that wasn't far from where they lived. She had just started school, went missing in the early morning hours of the day.
Authorities showed up in force. Texas Rangers, deputies, off-duty officers, neighbors canvassing every block, calling out John's name. Rumors began to swirl around the neighborhood. 2 boys claimed they saw her walking that evening, but that lead went nowhere. But one place, a pit just behind her home, was left untouched. Investigators said they assumed it had already been searched by her family, and for 3 long days, Odessa held its breath, until the smell of decomposition brought detectives back to the pit. Just 200 yards from her back door, searchers found John's body. She was reportedly nude and face up. The ground around her was trampled and showed signs of struggle. They also found a beaded necklace that was broken and tossed nearby. Her family confirmed it was hers. And paw prints, too small for coyotes, circled the scene. Detectives believed her small dog, who was often seen following her around, had stayed with her even after death. For decades, her case slipped into obscurity. It wasn't listed on many official cold case rolls. Even Crime Stoppers didn't know it existed.
This is a case that Crime Stoppers didn't even know about for the longest time. Just within the last 2 or 3 years were we even aware of this case, and we were able to get her information up on our website and all of that. So we haven't featured her a lot because we didn't even know this case existed.
The day John's body was found was supposed to be her first day of 6th grade at Hayes Elementary. Instead, her family was left with grief and questions that have lasted for more than half a century.
So one of those cases that is really sad. I mean, for an 11-year-old little girl, I mean, that's a sad, sad thing. She'd be 54 years old.
John's funeral was held just 4 days after she was found, on what would have been her first week of 6th grade.
I don't know if her mother's still alive or not, but I'm sure if she is, she would still, like to know what was going on, what happened back in that day. It's one of those things, somebody knows. I mean, 1971 sounds like a long time ago, but there are people still around that would have known, what happened and about that case, so.
Over the years, detectives wondered if her case was overshadowed by a wave of other murders in West Texas.
Back in, I think, in the early 70s, is when Johnny Meadows was the serial killer. Not that he had anything to do with this, but that may have overshadowed this because there was so much on there were several women that died back in that day, just back to back to back, and that might be why this got lost in the shuffle as far as we were concerned, because we didn't have any idea, what had happened.
But in recent years, her files resurfaced, and her name was finally added to Odessa Crime Stoppers' cold case list.
One of the detectives over at Odessa Police Department pulled it up and said, hey, we've got this case that, we've never really looked at. I mean, didn't even know that detective didn't even know it was there. He actually found it and said, hey, we need to take a look at this one and include her on our webpage, which we did. If you've got witnesses to something, those investigators with OPD and with the Sheriff's Office do some amazing things. Our Texas Ranger that works cold cases as well. So they do some amazing things. So if you've got that information, don't think, well, it's been so long ago, it's not going to help. Give it to them and let them see what they can do with it.
For a mother who came home from the store to find her daughter gone. For brothers who woke up to an empty bed. And for a community still waiting for answers, John's absence is the wound that never closed. Today, the question remains as sharp as the day she was found. What happened to John? And who out there still knows? Reporting in Odessa, I'm Gabriela Mesa.
If you know anything about the murder of Johnye Janell Henderson, call Odessa Crime Stoppers at 432-333-TIPS.